Hey, I'm Cisco. I'm going to do this unboxing and also review, so stick around for my review of this Pioneer tweeter tst15. Quick thing, I went shopping for a tweeter that I needed to fit in my factory holes for my Nissan Cube. So it was a bit tricky to find something that was just the right size and also good quality. I think this is about the best I've found. So I'm going to unbox it now. Okay, through the magic of time, I went ahead and unboxed everything. Some people want to see boxes being torn open. I don't understand the need for that. All it does is waste time. So I open everything up for you. It also allows me to hold my phone and still be able to talk to you. Okay, like I said, I love these. On average, Pioneer has rarely disappointed me, especially some of their upper end line, which I'll get to in a different video. But the TS12s, I mainly bought them because of the size. I had to get some that would fit the hole just right. Okay, and if some of you are looking for this product online, you probably found out that it's really hard to get the specifications, like the dimensions and stuff. I don't know why. I went to the Pioneer website, couldn't find anything. So another reason why I'm doing this video is to save some of you guys the pain of this. Okay, so here's the tweeter. It's a nice little tweeter. It's got some heft to it. Now, it has does not have the capacitor soldered on, and they do include it right here. They include this capacitor. They give you a couple of them. It is a 5.6 microfarad, 63 volts, just so everybody knows. Now, of course, they throw in this crappy electrolytic capacitor, which don't work very well. I mean, they're good, but if you really want quality sound, go buy some polypropylene or polypropylene film capacitors. A little bit more expensive. It'll cost you a couple bucks a piece, but you're only buying two. But the sound is phenomenally better. You'll find a lot of high-end crossovers and good speakers. They'll include polypropylene capacitors. So, highly recommend spend a couple dollars. Okay. So, on this actual tweeter itself, it is 37 millimeters this way, which is 1.5 inches for those of you guys who don't want to use millimeters. And then as far as height is concerned, it is 19 millimeters tall, or 3/4 of an inch tall for those of you who, again, don't like millimeters. Okay, they give you these cups here, which is if you're going to put it in like the fabric or inside of your door or cut a hole in your dash and you want it to sit flush. That's what this is here. So this cup will require a hole that's 43 millimeters, or about 1.75 inches, and the outside lip is 50 millimeters, or 2 inches. So don't cut too big of a hole, or else the flange here, or the lip, is not going to cover the hole up. They also, and I was hoping these things would swivel, but it does not. It just kind of sits in there and that's it. So it's flat. If you need it, use it. If you don't, don't. Okay. They also include these. They're like these little backs that fit here, and they have these notches in the back of the tweeter. So you you screw this down into some surface, and then you put this on and you basically twist it and it locks in place. It's pretty nice. It's not very thick. You will have to cut a pretty nice little notch here in the middle, but it pretty much has to do that because it has to sit flush on the tweeter there. You see that? It's pretty flat. Okay. They give you a handful of screws, some brackets and stuff. Like I said, here's the capacitors, and they throw in some, I think it's Velcro or double sticky tape. I think it's double sticky tape. And then they throw in these brackets too. I'm not sure I'm going to need them. Some of you guys may want to try that out. I'm not sure. All right. So I'm gonna do another video later on for the actual audio review, like how good do these things sound. But for those of you who own Nissan Cubes or probably something similar, this is where I'm going to put mine. Pioneer tst15 tweeters. I put them in my 2013 Nissan Cube. Had to take out the old ones. That's the pillar right there. The old tweeters look like this. It's the Rockford Fosgate system, but the tweeters are made by Clarion. Anyways, I had these little standoffs that go here on the side. They're kind of mounted like that against the pillar there. And I decided to keep them. So what I did is I kept them, and then I measured to see how deep. So what I did is when I had the panel installed, I stuck a piece of wire in there, see how far it went before it stopped, and then I measured it. And I realized I had about an extra 7 millimeters. So probably one of the reasons why the sound was not so good on the stock ones is because they're sitting back. So the tweeter's having to bounce around on the inside of the little plastic thing there. So you're not getting all the sound. So I went ahead and added a spacer. I went to the Home Depot, and they had this 1/4-inch nylon spacer. So I put one of those in there, and that basically it's about 7 millimeters. So it's perfect. So now there's about a millimeter gap between the top of this thing and the plastic, which is good. You don't want rubbing up against it and just clattering around and stuff like that. Okay, so these came with a electrolytic stock capacitor, 5.7 microfarads to be specific. I didn't really like it, so I went and I got some polypropylene capacitors, and basically I soldered it in here and I wrapped it around in plastic. So yeah, the original one is probably about the size of this. This one's a little bit bigger, but significantly better quality. Alright, this is the last one about the tweeters. There's the trim board. Put all kinds of sound isolation on it. Of course, I put kill mat on the pillar itself as best as I could. Didn't want to cover up the holes. There's my Pioneer tweeter, tst15 I think it is, something like that. Sounds pretty dang good. It sounds a little bit better than the stock ones. The stock ones weren't that bad, as I said. I think the problem was they weren't as far forward as they could have been. But it's definitely an improvement, and now it all matches the rest of my Pioneer system. The previous ones were 2 ohms, and now these are proper 4 ohm tweeters, so everything matches up now. Sound great. Good luck, guys.